तया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुकुं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Wonderful. Hare Krishna, Sushma Mataji. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna. Hope you are doing okay, Mataji. We will start Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, and we are supposed to start from verse 4. So let me share my screen first. So last week we ended with a nice question that we have to take care of so many things in this world, taking care of the family. How can we stay focused? How can we actually take care of our responsibilities while at the same time practice spirituality? And we gave an example about a lotus flower. If you all remember, but one question which I had on my answer, if I know I want to be like a lotus flower where I am in a muddy water but I'm not affected, but why I'm not able to do it? I understood that this is how I want. There is a statement which is said, being in the world but off the world. That is actually the point which we were discussing, which I was sharing last time. Now the question comes in is, okay, I understood this is, I want to be like a lotus flower, but the challenge is why I can't be a lotus flower? Why I'm not able to? I understood this is where I want to be, but why I'm not able to do that? That's the topic of this chapter. What is that force beyond my ability which is forcing me to do something? Right? So that's three modes of material nature, excuse me. So if we start with the fourth verse, let's talk about let's read this fourth verse. Sarvayonishu Kaunteya
Sarvayonishu Kaunteya
Murtaya Sambhavanti Yaha
Murtaya Sambhavanti Yaha
Ta Tasham Brahma Mahadyonir
Tasam Brahma Mahadyoni
Aham Bija Pradapita.
Aham Bija Pradapita.
Wonderful. This last line is very, very important. It should be understood that all species of life, right? So when we talk about 84 lakh species, they are all in it. What is Krishna saying? It should be understood that all species of life, whom is he speaking to? Arjuna. That's why he says, "O son of Kunti," are made possible by birth in the material nature, and that I am the seed giving father. There is a philosophy which is coined Big Bang. Everything came by chance. There was an explosion which happened, and then all of a sudden everything created. Right? We never see from a any, even if we just take the fireworks, right? Have you seen that you just ignite the bomb and automatically something wonderful comes out? Never see, you never see that. How is that possible? This wonderful creation happened like that. So that's the philosophy, and this verse is defeating that philosophy. What is Krishna saying? Out of all 84 species of life, I am the seed giving father. Now let's defeat another philosophy. When we say we kill the animal for our pleasure, we want to eat, to taste our tongue, right? To give a pleasure to the tongue, we kill other animals, right? Krishna is saying all 84 like species of life are my children. Now if a parent, we all are parents here, right? So for an example, there you have two sons or you have two daughters, or one son or one daughter, for an example, right? And the son and daughter both fight, and they give a slap to each other, and after the fight they come to me and tell me, Dad, I love you. What would be my reaction? If you love me, then why are you fighting among yourself, right? Because she's also, or he is also my child. Why are you fighting against it, right? So that's what Krishna is talking about here, that he's a seed giving father. So if I am giving trouble to any other species of life, I am actually creating displeasure in Krishna's heart, because everyone is a child of Krishna, right? So Prabhupada mentions in this purport, in this verse, it is clearly explained that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the original father of all living entities. Like I was mentioning about last time, very interestingly, Prabhupada doesn't say God Krishna. He said Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Because in our, at least Hindu religion, it is so confusing to call everyone God. And we can't understand who is actually the God. That's why Prabhupada is clarifying that he is a supreme personality of Godhead. He is not a regular God, right? Like sometimes even that court judges there, we call them Lord. He's not the Lord, right? That's the thing. So he is the original father. The living entities are combination of material nature and spiritual nature. Very interesting. Our consciousness, we are combination of material nature and spiritual nature. What is material nature? That we are made of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Who gives that? Material nature gives. But beyond that, what do we have is mind, intelligence, ego, right? Who is providing that? Spiritual nature is providing that. So these things, which is a subtle nature, can be dovetailed towards remembering Krishna. Such living entities are seen not only on this planet but on every planet, even on the highest where Brahma is situated. Now people are thinking that we want to go to different planets like Moon and other planets because they have polluted everything here. Now think that maybe that place would be better. They think that there is no population there, nobody staying there, but there are people staying there, right? Based on one's desire. Like it is said, one who wants to enjoy heavenly pleasure, they go to Moon. Moon is considered to be the heavenly planet. So who have a very good karma, no spirituality, of course, has option to go back to Moon if he does a lot of charity and all. Right? So everyone, there are living entities within the earth, there are living entities even within water and within fire. All these appearances are due to the mother material nature, and Krishna is a seed giving process. Krishna's seed giving process. The purport is that the material world is impregnated with living entities who come out in various form at the time of creation according to our past deeds. So everything happens in our life. Whatever species of life we see around, it is based on their karma. That's why we go through sometime difficult part in our life. It's nobody is responsible except us, because we did certain karma for which we are suffering, and we did some good karma for which we are reaping the fruits of it. Maybe a good job, maybe a good wife, maybe a good husband, maybe good kids, maybe a nice financial situation, maybe health situation, right? Is better compared to other people who are struggling. I was just hearing about one person. We just, there was this, and what is that, downtown NBL, what is that, NLB, what was that? There was this festival, right? Some football
NFL
team.
draft.
NFL, thank you, Malji. So lot of devotees, we went to actually do a Harinam Sankirtan. We wanted to give Krishna to others, NFL. So when we went there was one devotee who came in. She was mentioning she has a 18-year son. His whole body is like twists and turns. Right now, I'm not saying it is this karma, but I'm saying if by Lord's grace we have some benefits, we have some facilities, we have some better thing compared to others, that means we should focus on spirituality rather than just using this thing, whatever has been given, because the time is very powerful. I remember there was this one devotee, this is back in Pune around 2010, 2009, 2010, sometime around, I think 2010, 2000, yeah, 2010. Um, this husband and wife, they had a small kid. Husband went to the temple, he came back from the temple, and there was no elevator in his apartment. His apartment is on second floor. He was coming on the staircase, he missed one stair, fell down, not that he slide down, died. Just at that moment, done. Right? So time is very powerful. We don't know what is coming at what time. Like I was just thinking about this. Around just few months from now, I was just walking with my wife. We used to go for a walk, and she said all of a sudden, I'm feeling short of breath. And she would, after her lung transplant, she would able to walk. And then within few months, she was on the bed on the oxygen cylinder. Within just couple of months, then she was in ICU for 6 to 7 months, whatever it is. So nobody knows when is what coming for any of us. When we have a good fortune, when we have a good health, when we have good, we don't have to struggle for a financial situation. We have a good job, we have family, we have a house, roti, kapda, makan, all these three things are there. That means I should utilize my time and energy towards Krishna consciousness, utilizing my time effectively so that I can actually get out of that infinity, which is cycle of birth and death. Otherwise, when the health goes away, you can't even chant, you can't even hear, you can't even understand Bhagavad Gita philosophy because your mind is so caught up with so many other things. For an example, say I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I get a pink slip. Everything is great in my life, but then all of a sudden, because of this thing, I can't focus on anything. Like when you walk, your whole body is perfect, but there is a thorn, small thorn, pricks in your feet. What happens? The whole focus is on that just small part, right? Just one thorn. So that's unfortunate thing that the calamities come without notice. They don't ask us, right? Like Yamaraj doesn't come to us and tell us, hey, I'm giving you warning. You have 15 more days to live. He just comes, this is it. Let's go. No, 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 I'm not coming. Can I say that? No, I cannot say that. Do I have a will, free will? No, no, I don't want to die. We are just the puppets. If time comes, Yamaraj comes and we leave. Right? There is a nice joke. I'll maybe mention that. I don't know if I shared it here. So one time, um, there was this tea stall guy, the owner of the tea stall. So he saw a very beautiful personality sitting for the chai. And he made friendship with him. And then when he made a friendship with him, this person had a sheet. And the names were written on that. So over the conversation, he realized this guy is none other than Yamaraj. So he saw that he's Yamaraj. So he opened that sheet, he gave him nice tea and all that stuff, massage. And then he saw the sheet. Now what he saw is his name was next actually to be picked up. That's why Yamaraj came to him, right? So he said, Yamaraji, you must be tired, you take some rest and all that stuff. Yamaraji took rest. What this guy did is he moved his first name to the last and put the last name to the first name. So after some time, Yamaraj woke up. And Yamraj woke up, and then he said, did you take good rest? Like, yeah. So he said, actually, I came for you. The next is your number. That's in my list. Let me do one thing. I'll reverse the list this time. Right? You got the joke, right? Sushma Mataji, you got the joke, right? So now,
Yes, Prabhu.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now his name, he thought I can ditch Yamraji. His name was last because now Yamraji said, okay, let me start from last. So his name came first. So we can never cheat Yamraj. So time is extremely powerful. Jokes aside, when we know that Krishna is our supreme father, it is like you go to a fair, and you are a son of a billionaire, trillionaire, and then you are lost in that fair, and then you don't get to see father, and then someone else take you, and now you are begging on the street because now you don't have your father, and whoever found you, they are just using you as a beggar, and you are begging. That is our situation. We lost our connection with Krishna. He is our trillionaire. Forget about trillionaire. It's not about money. He is our supreme father. But we have lost our relationship, lost our connection with him. So when we come here, study Bhagavad Gita, we understand these three modes of material nature. We remind ourselves, hey, I have to find out my father. The purpose is not to beg. The purpose is not to ask for the money or for the food. Purpose is, if I get father, everything else will be taken care of. Whether I need a car, whether I need food, whether I need a shelter, everything else will be taken care if I get back my father. So that is our situation now. We have to get back to our seed giving father here. Make sense? Any questions or comments?
Okay.
Okay. Let's move to the next verse. This is 14.5. Satvam rajastama iti
Sattvam rajastama iti
guna prakriti sambhavaha
guna prakriti sambhava
निबदन्ति महाबाहो निबादन्ति महाबाहो
nibaddanti mahabaho
देहि देहि नमव्ययम्.
dehe dehi namavyayam.
Now this is the crux. Material nature. What is material nature? Material nature is the one who gives us body. Very important. Yes, Krishna is a seed giving father, and material nature is the mother. She gives us body. And what is this material nature consist of? Three gunas, three modes. What is those three gunas? Three modes: sattva, rajas, and tama. Right? Which is mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. When the eternal living entity, we are not talking about some alien, we are talking about ourselves. We are living entity and we are eternal. Our body is temporary, but the soul is eternal. Comes in contact with nature, right? Oh mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by three modes. For an example, when you enter in the swimming pool, you become wet because you came in contact with water, so you became wet. Similarly, when we come in contact with material nature, we are conditioned by three modes of material nature. What is the meaning of condition? I want to do things in a certain way, but I cannot do it because I'm conditioned to do it in a certain way. I'll give you an example. If one has a diabetes, why he has diabetes? Because he likes to eat sweets. There could be other reasons as well, but this is one reason, that he ate a lot of sweets. So this person has diabetes now, correct? Now he goes and he's hospitalized in the hospital. Doctor takes care of him. He gets discharged. He is walking towards the home, and he sees a sweet shop. He sees a sweet shop. And what is his favorite? Okay, gulab jamuns are there. Now this person says, yeah, I just got so many medicines and all that, are so many injections. Let's go from here. Mind says, one gulab jamun, one. Just one gulab jamun. He says, no, 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 I just suffered. Just one. Nothing happens by one. Just ek khalo, problem nahi. He goes to the sweet shop. Give me one gulab jamun. He eats one gulab jamun. He likes it. I want another one. I want another one. What is this? This is called as conditioning by three modes of nature. I am conditioned to perform in a certain way, right? I'm conditioned to perform in a certain way, whether I want it or I don't want. Correct? This is because of three modes of material nature. I want to be like a lotus flower, but why I'm not able to do it? Because three modes of material nature are conquering me. Right? Prabhupada mentions in the purport very beautifully. Living entity, I'll put it we, because we are transcendental, we have nothing to do with material nature. So there are three energies of the Lord. One is the external energy, one is internal energy, and third one is a marginal energy. So what is marginal energy? Living entities, we are marginal energy, which means we are superior to external energy, dull matter, but we are inferior to spiritual energy. So ideally, when material nature, which is three gunas, I'm above that. How come I am overcome by this, right? So for an example, you drive the car doesn't drive you. Am I making sense? You drive the car, you control how it has to happen, right? So in this case, if I'm superior, then the three modes of material nature I should be able to overcome. But what happens is, because now I identify myself with the product of material nature, now the three modes of material nature picks you up, right? So it says, because we have become conditioned by the material world, we are acting under the spell of three modes of material nature. Because we have different kind of bodies in terms of different aspects of nature, we are induced to act according to the nature. This is the cause of varieties of happiness and distress. I one time spoke about Jumanji. You know about Jumanji game? What is that Jumanji game? Jumanji game is, we have curiosity. I want to play this game. What is this game? This game is life, game of life. What is this game of life? I am conditioned to play that game. So I join the game. When I come in the game, there are difficulties coming. You have to cross over that, right? And there is no way you can escape the game. You have to finish the game or die and start all over again. But you can never leave in between. You understood where I'm saying, right? We saw that movie. That's the game of life. I have to finish it. If I die, I again take birth. I die, I take birth. I die, I take birth. I have to finish the game. What is the meaning of finishing the game? Based on my choices, right? I am getting the happiness or suffering. Who made the choice? I made the choice. Nobody else made the choice. So if I'm suffering, it's my karma. I did certain activities and I'm suffering because of that. That's my karma. Nobody else came. I made that choice that I want to go this route. Correct? So based on what dices you are throwing, you get the results, because I performed a certain action. Now, only way to get out is, there is a mentor who tells you, I played this game before and I understood what not to do and how to get through this game. So, certain people follow this person and get through. They also go through difficulty. It's not that they don't go through difficulty, but they follow him submissively and cross over the game. Who is this person? Is a spiritual master. He is the guru. He is there to guide you get out of this game. Entering, now question may come, how did I enter the game? Doesn't matter. Now problem is that when I am sick, say for an example, if I have a malaria, how does malaria happen? By a mosquito bite. If I have a malaria, will I search for that mosquito who bit me? Who bit me, man? I'm going to kill that mosquito. Will you do that? That will be stupidity, right? I am now suffering. Rather than searching for which mosquito bit me, I have to learn how to get out first and make sure next time I protect myself. Make sense? Right? So, similar way, if I made a mistake and I enter in this game, there is no point in asking how did I land up in this game. The question is, how do I get out of this game? Right? And the amount of sincerity is there in that inquiry that I want to get out, higher chances for us to basically get out. Right? So that's the whole idea, which is happiness and distress is all about based on our choices. Any questions or comments on this verse?
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions, Sushma Mataji?
No, Prabhu. Very well explained, actually.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Let's move to the next verse. We'll go to the sixth verse. तत्र सत्वं निर्म तत्र सत्वं निर्मलत्वात्
तत्र सत्त्वं निर्मलत्वात्
प्रकाशाकम् अनामयम्
प्रकाशाकं नामयं
सुखसङ्गेन बध्नाति
सुखसङ्गेन बध्नाति
ज्ञानसङ्गेन चानगा.
ज्ञानसङ्गेन चाणक.
Arjuna is being spoken by Krishna, oh sinless one. Now this is very significant. This is very significant. What is the context of Bhagavad Gita? Arjuna is asking Krishna, you take the chariot in the center. I want to fight. Right? And he is bewildered when he sees his relatives on the opposite side. I have to fight with them. I don't want to do it. Now, where is this bewilderment comes in? When the person is sinful. When the person has performed activities, his mind is cluttered. Why? Do you know why we don't make right choices? You know why? Because our conditioning overpowers it. Like for an example, I'll give you my example. Okay. Every year, I would drive from here to North Carolina around May end because Sadhu Sangha would happen. That's a Kirtan Mela. So when you go, you cross from Ohio. Okay. Now Ohio is named as ticketing state, right? They mint money by ticketing, right? If you speed, then you clear, extremely clear. Okay. Every year, and I'll be very specific here. Every year I'll get a ticket. Every year I'll come. There is a speed limit 50, and they do like some speed is 70, and then after that 65, 55. It will just directly that. So I saw it. I'm not saying I didn't see that. I still drove. Okay, and in something within me, oh man, I want to reach early. Okay, I did. So I'll tell you a recent one. I was just going like that, making sure I don't see this guy here. But actually, the opposite side car was this guy, and I didn't know. So he went, and the next turn he took a U-turn, and I saw him in the mirror. This guy is coming. So I took some turn so that he couldn't fit, but he still caught me. What is the point which I want to mention here is we know this is wrong, but I am something which is taking me there because of the conditioned nature. But conditioned nature, how does it come? Because of our sinful life, for we have performed certain sin. But Arjuna is a sinless one. He has no sins, which means he cannot be bewildered. His clarity of mind should be there. This is the best example. Arjuna wasn't bewildered. Krishna spoke Arjuna Bhagavad Gita for all of us. Arjuna was not bewildered, but Krishna wanted to speak Bhagavad Gita, so he chose Arjuna for that. So, what is Krishna saying to Arjuna? And why he is saying sinless one? Arjuna is never overcome by three modes of material nature. Am I making sense? Why Arjuna doesn't want to fight? Because he has attachment. Right? Attachment means mode of passion. It's not sattva, it's passion. Yeah, this is my family, this is my kid. If he is sinless, which means he is not overcome by three modes of material nature, so he cannot be bewildered. Am I making sense? This implication, right? So, O sinless one, the mode of goodness being purer than others. Now, even in three modes of material nature, Krishna is telling which modes is better than what. So, the best one is mode of goodness. That's why we say chant in the morning. Why? Because there is a Brahma Muhurta, which is 2 hours before the sunrise. At that time, our mind is in sattva. So if we chant at that time, if we do any spiritual practice at that time, your mind is not distracted. and you get 1,000 times results versus other times of the day. So Krishna is saying the topmost is mode of goodness, sattva, and it's illuminating, which just means it is enlivening, and it frees one from all sinful reaction. Because you, again, there are people who use sattva time to do tamasic activities. Like for an example, the pubs open sometimes at 12 o'clock, people come back at 5, and then they go to sleep. It's the other way. And there was one verse I think we read, or it's no, I think we read, where Krishna says night for devotee is the morning, night for the devotee is the morning for karmi, and morning for karmi is night for this. So they go to the party at what time? 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. After that, devotees go early to the bed because he has to wake up early, right? So that's the whole idea. Those situated in the mode becomes conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. How do I recognize people who are in mode of goodness? They are happy and their interest is in knowledge. They want to gain which kind of knowledge? How do I invest in cryptography? No. How do I invest in Bitcoin? Spirituality. Their focus is, this is good, I want to focus. That's why you see such people, they wake up early. You recognize them. They wake up early in the morning and they perform spiritual activities in the morning, and they sleep early in the night, so that they can actually rejuvenate their health, and their focus is on happiness and knowledge. That's the outcome of people who are in mode of goodness, right? So purport Prabhupada is beautifully explaining. We are conditioned, and again, I'll just, every time whenever Prabhupada says living entity, I'll put we are conditioned by material nature are of various types. One is happy, another is very active, and another is helpless. All these types of psychological